The United Party for National Development, UPND, Luapula Vice Chairperson in charge of mobilization and Bangwaulu constituency aspiring Member of Parliament, Happy Mampa, has commended President Hakainde Hichilema for during his recent address at the mining endeavor in Cape Town, South Africa. Mr. Mampa has described the address as a testament of President Hakainde Hichilema's Pan-Africanism and ideologies that align with Africa's founding fathers. Mr. Mampa states that if Zambia and Africa had not deviated from the ideologies post-independence, the continent would be in a better position.
President Hakainde Hichilema's address at the mining endeavor in South Africa is a testament of his Pan-Africanism and his ideologies suits with the founding fathers of the African continent, the likes of Kwame Nkrumah's, the Nyerere's, the likes of our founding father, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, among others. If we did not deviate post-independence from these ideologies, Africa would not have been where we are now. We are languishing. Our youths need needed jobs because we are exporting raw materials. If we start adding value to the raw materials that we are producing, because Africa is endowed with abundant natural resources, by now we could have created much needed industries, which eventually could have created the needed jobs by the youths. And African problems for sure needs African solutions. We cannot depend on the West or the East to sort out our problems. The president has demonstrated certain unique leadership style that we have been lacking as a country and as a continent. And
very good, very good, very good, really good. Now, actually, let me play a part of the speech that President Hakainde Hichilema delivered at the mining endeavor in South Africa, which has actually been making rounds on the international scene. It is a pity that in Zambia, I don't know what excites us. You know, if you are chabe, feel to stay excited. That's why you find that even useless people actually they have got so much following. I mean, you have a guy that is just busy insulting and he makes so much rounds. We have somebody that is just undressing, twerking. They are the people that have got so many numbers. But good content, good information that we need, you know, such as, you know, the speeches of the president, which other people are actually picking up and, you know, they are playing it over and over. Let me just play this speech by President Hakainde Hichilema, which Happy Mampa is talking about in this news clip. Let me play it so that you hear and maybe you can see why President Hakainde Hichilema is being uploaded, you know, on the international scene worldwide. Why Hakainde Hichilema is being voted among the best presidency in the world, not just in Southern Africa or in Africa, in the world. President Hakainde Hichilema came out number 5 among the best presidency in the world. And these are the kind of speeches that are making Hakainde Hichilema very popular. Anyway, let me play it.
We need to cooperate. Businesses on the continent must not always think of competition. As government should not always think of competition. We must think of working together. I think that's the theme of this endeavor. And we will find more joy, not short-term joy, but certainly a longer-term joy and success. Growth in our economies and provisions that are necessary for us to avail our populations. And I'll say a few of these things just about now. So mineral wealth, I must say, drive value addition when we do it properly. Despite these challenges, for us in Zambia, we've said our eyes are set on the trajectory of success. It does not matter what the challenges we face, because they are always there. They will always be there. but our eyes are set on succeeding with what we do. You heard the minister talking about targets we've set. First time in the history of our country where a government is setting targets, delivery targets, not in isolation with the business community, but working together with the business community. Writing the story, setting the targets together is very important. Then we can walk and work towards specifics. Zambia had a program with the IMF as part of our menu of reforms and restructuring. The Minister of Finance may say that at some point, but I want to indicate as part of the things we went out to resolve so we can focus on growth, and it affected the mining sector as well. We had a program, Zambia program with the IMF. Please take note, my colleagues, my fellow president, acting president, that Africa must change this narrative that the IMF will construct a program for us in our countries. We must construct the programs and ask the IMF to support us in our programs. And this president never shied away from the risk of being unpopular with the voters when we said this is the Zambia program with the IMF, not the IMF program with Zambia. And we maintained that narrative and made the IMF understand that. And we had a 38-month program. December, we concluded that program with 6 reviews, and we passed all the reviews in that 38-month program. Attitude, mindset. They weren't all easy, but we've done it. Now we're saying we want a program that supports growth, that supports the mining sector to do more, such as value addition. We don't want a program that talks about just fiscal consolidation, macro stability, and all of those things. I think we passed through that stage. But it's the country dictating